Greetings, this is Skylar Saunders seeing what's current. Some distressing news. Hip hop pioneer, architect, Eddie Cheeba. I'm not even too familiar with his work, but he's impacted the lives of people like the late Lovebug Starski, DJ Hollywood, and of course, Uncle Rush to some of you, and to most of you, Russell Simmons. He took to X, as you can now say, formerly known as Twitter, and declared the fact that the pioneering DJ has suffered his third stroke, so he's not in really good condition right now. He's struggling with his memory. He's not having a great time right now. He's probably one of the best to ever do it. I mean, I just did a little research on him and said he was one of the first. We have the first person that's chime in, Kareem TV. Salute. Respect. Oh. $0 raised. Yeah. So I do not extend prayers. I don't. That's what That's what Russell Simmons is doing. He's saying praying for him and everything like that, and everybody's going mystical and mystified. That's fine. I respect anybody that's mystified. Mashallah Sky. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. Is that a different language? Oh, big up blood. I'm not a blood. I'm not want to get confused with being a blood. But I think I understand what you mean. You're saying person and somebody that's you're acquainted with. But I don't know what Mashallah Sky means. You gotta break that down. And make sure you join my 50 club. There are 2 members of the 50 club. The 50 club was anybody who spends over $50 in a given month, and you're automatically locked in if you do it one time. All you have to do is one time. There's 2 people. There's Spirit McCroy, when I'll give him a quick ad. Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube has soul, quiet storm, R&B, and just a litany of different artists that comprise his channel. Make sure you check it out. And Tone J has been a big supporter in the past few days. I appreciate his patronage. His phone was dying one time, and he's still sending a donation from me. So I super appreciate that. I super appreciate that kind of dedication and support. So you can be part of the. He wants to be okay. Rick James is already trolling on a Friday. I have 0 viewers. I probably have 1 or 2 in the queue, or 1 or 3 or 4. I don't know, but it shows 0 viewers. But yeah, all right, Queen TV. I can see my Cash App. Like I said, you don't have to be in 50, but it'd be great. You'll be one of the greats. Spirit McCroy and what is it? Tone J. I was gonna say J Tone. Tone J. He is definitely one of the best to ever support in this machine. I appreciate that, Cream TV. Respect to you. I'll be here. All right. So, I'll get back to the story. Eddie Cheeba. He is a DJ that helped spark hip hop. He helped to create hip hop. Without the DJs, there would be no hip hop. They were the first to do the music, not just the rap. They had to do rap, of course, but in order to get the rap out, they had to have the big speakers, and they had to have the wires running from the light pole all the way down to the transformer and to the stage. They had to set all that up. The DJs were the lifeblood of and the spark behind hip hop. So yeah, Eddie James, Rick James knows his history. He knows about Eddie Cheeba. Yeah, you gotta know about Eddie Cheeba. Eddie Cheeba is definitely one of the greatest to ever touch the turntables. Spin wax. So I definitely appreciate anyone who gives information about Eddie Cheeba, because he is one of the people that we have to recognize and respect, especially with hip hop being 50 years old unofficially. I mean, people still argue, well, it just wasn't August 11th, 1973. It was also September 3rd, 1969. I remember it was even way before 1973. Or, there's going to be people that's going to argue back and forth all day. And that's what pop is anyway. He's not the greatest MC. Oh, he didn't have the greatest line. Oh, she didn't have the greatest outfit. They're going to argue all day and all night. She didn't have the greatest bars. That's just hip hop. That's just the nature of the beast. And Eddie Cheeba fits well into that mold. And for Russell Simmons, he has a lot of traits that are like Mr. Troy Star Train. I know Mr. Troy Star Train is his own man, and he's a supreme being, and he's a complete individualist in the school of Ayn Rand. But I think Russell Simmons is like him. It's like Troy Star Terrain, even though he's younger, he's older than Troy Star Terrain. At that time of their lives, in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, they were looking for the cocaina. They were looking for the fish scale. They were looking for the nose candy. They were looking for the devil's candy. You know what I'm talking about, that white stuff. And that's all he was focused on. He was working on women and cocaine. And that was, the pleasure centers for both men at that time period. So it just is amazing how both of them are still alive and look relatively, new and young and spry. And the baking powder, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Rick James is telling the truth today. I don't know. I'm not mad at Rick James. He says no Eddie Cheeba, no Kendrick, no Travis Scott, no Morrissey. Now that's kind of trolling. I don't know if he's talking about, he's talking about the lead singer of the Smiths, Morrissey. I think that's what he's talking about. But no, Russell Simmons, he wanted to get paid, and that's the third wheel. It was women, cocaine, and money. Those were the essential, ideas based around him. And now that he's living in Bali, he has, all kinds of, people that are around him, especially women that are around him. And I'm sure he's having a great time with his yoga and his. and last time I checked, he was worth about $75 million and $100 million, somewhere around there. And I think he can live well with that, especially in Bali. I mean, you could probably get a good night with a woman for a coconut and a pineapple slice. So it's a fundamental Friday. It's a fundamental Friday. We're having fun. I talked about Drake the whole time yesterday. I'm not going to discuss his album. It was a great album. It's very good. It's not excellent, but it's very good. It's kind of long, but he has bars and he has a lot of guests that are on point. J. Cole, Bad Bunny, amongst others. So I say check it out, but I'm not going to talk about it during this particular webisode. Korean TV, now he's trolling. He says, I'm on the powder today. No, you're not on the powder today. You're trolling. There is no powder. There's either super high enriched cocaine or some cut, terrible, messy, close to being gold medal flour getting passed around. You either have one or the other. And if you have the first one, you're spending $600 for a gram, probably. You're spending a lot of money. For an ounce, you're spending $1,200. You're spending $2,300, something like that, for an OZ. So don't come to me saying, that you can't, that you're going to be doing cocaine. See, Richard James, I like his humor. He's not trolling, but he's using humor. He says, I get the Dollar Tree powder. Oh, that was nice. That was cute. That was funny. But, okay, so you have a serious story. I'm trying to be, trying to keep it tight together, even though it's a fundamental Friday. Eddie Cheeba. Eddie Cheeba is on his last leg. but we have to respect him. We have to. I never heard of him really before, even this incident. I heard him a few times and never really paid attention to him. Honestly, I don't think I've ever heard him, spin a record or rap over a record or spin anything. But his contributions to the game far exceed most others who were around at that time. You had the Fatback Band. You had those Sugar Hill Gang. And this is the thing with Mr. Train and myself. He called them, coons, and and their song was a nigger hoedown that ripped off Chic. But when I first heard it, I was like, this is the jam. I was like, this is dope. That's just the differences between the eras. I'm not gonna fake and say like, oh yeah, it's trash. It's a nigger hoedown. Just because Mr. Train said it, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I actually liked the hip hop, a hip it to the hip hop, and it don't stop, and rock it to the bang bang booty, up jumps the booty to the rhythm to the rock of the beat. See, I thought that was dope. And that's like me at like 13 when they played that song on, I think, the radio before, and that was like me first listening to it, and I was like, this is crazy. I never heard something like this. I mean, I heard hip hop, I never heard hip hop like this. This is like a dance, kind of hip hop. This is crazy. But then I learned, later that they stole the bass line from Chic, from Bernard Edwards, to make their song. And that kind of took away the emphasis of how much I like hearing it. And so I go on and I hear songs from Eddie Cheeba, and he has the hip hop, the hip it to the hip hop. Who wore it best? Did he champion the hip hop cadence, or was it the Sugar Hill Gang? You guys gotta tell me. Also, I have a question for you. This is coming up later. Would you live with your parents? Are you living with your parents? Have you ever lived with your parents in adulthood? In adulthood, would you live with your parents? I can only fit in the description, would you live with your parents? But I'm saying as an adult, as a full-fledged, over 21 at least, maybe 25, 26, maybe in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. I don't know. Would you live with your parents? I'm telling you right now, I live with my parents, and it's beautiful. I don't pay rent. I don't have to pay anything but utilities. I have my own room. I have my own space. I grab groceries, and I have money left over at the end of the month. It's a beautiful situation. And it's a special situation for me because if you don't know, if you haven't figured it out yet, I have bipolar 1 disorder, and my dad is my caregiver. So I have to basically live with him. I don't have to live with him, but it makes more economic and more financial sense to live with my dad than to live elsewhere. And plus, I mean, I could afford living elsewhere. I have the money. The money's good. Okay. The Veterans Affairs takes good care of me. But I'm not living under a bridge. I'm not in a homeless shelter. I'm not in a recovery center. I'm not in anything like that. I'm totally free from all of that. And so it's something that is special to me to talk about that. But that's for later. Eddie Cheeba. Eddie Cheeba is still alive. He is still fighting for his life. Third stroke. And then if he's able to at least speak, that's still amazing. Because he said that Russell Simmons said that he's struggling with his memory. He's struggling with his thoughts. Yet at the same time, he's able to be a force within hip hop, even away from this hip hop scene. I mean, I don't know if Chief Keef knows about Cheeba, Eddie Cheeba. I don't know if Lil, what's his name? If all the Lils, any of the Lils, Lil Wayne. I don't know if I don't even know if Drake knows about Eddie Cheeba. And it doesn't really matter if they don't. That's fine. It's not like a sin or a crime, but I'm the one that's championing our architects and our pioneers of this game called hip hop, 50 years old. We don't have to, but we should be able to. Yeah, little baby. Let's see if little baby knows about Eddie Cheeba. I mean, I can't fault him. I didn't know that much about Eddie Cheeba until I started researching him for the show. He was, it was amazing to see because as Russell Simmons notes, he says that, you know, there was Love Bug Starski, he has since passed, you know, rock and power to him, and there was DJ Hollywood. Now, it was a difference between both of those DJs because in one instance there was a lot of adults in the crowd at their shows, and so there was a liquor issue. You could buy drinks and have drinks, and it was open to adults only. But with Eddie Cheeba, he didn't have that. He had more of a younger crowd, so it was more people, and that meant more ticket sales and more money in Russell Simmons' bank account. So he was happy with Eddie Cheeba. He wasn't mad. So that's just one aspect. I mean, I'm sure it goes deeper than just the financial specifics. So I think that he had in his mind the idea that Russell Simmons could make more money and still have a good time, if you know what I mean, and being with as many women as he possibly could be. So he just made sure that he had his finger on the pulse of the culture, of the genre. And at that time, it was definitely a culture. I mean, I look at it as Eminem. Mysticism, narcissism, and mercantilism. And I'll break all three of those down. Mysticism, based on belief of anything. Could be a god, it could be a spirit, it could be a demon, it could be anything, a telephone pole. If you worship it and it doesn't have any connection with reality beyond its purpose, then that's mysticism. Narcissism, it's not the same thing as arrogance or egoism. It's egotism. It's full of yourself for no reason beyond just being full of yourself, or just being indulging in your own self and not regarding your own selfishness, which is different than narcissism. And mercantilism. Mercantilism is just moving funds from one hand to the other, one from you to me to the seller to the buyer. And it's not capitalism. Capitalism is about property rights and the protection of individual rights under a social system of justice. That's the difference. That's what hip hop is right now. Eminem. Mysticism, narcissism, and mercantilism. Now, before then, hip hop was peace, love, unity, having fun. That was the cornerstone and the idealism based on what rap and hip hop used to be in the late 70s and early 80s. And then it just faded into a whole cash grab beyond even what Russell Simmons could imagine. You know, it just had a totally different flavor about it. So during Eddie Cheeba's reign as one of the best DJs of all time, he didn't get recognized. I'm gonna look him up right now and see. I just heard a few cuts. I just heard a cut from him. Eddie Cheeba. See, they don't have a full biography. Their biography is like 150 words. They're saying was like he. Okay, now they're saying is, but it says I quote from Wikipedia. It says Cheeba is credited with inspiring Def Jam Recordings founder Russell Simmons to pursue a career in hip hop when Simmons heard Cheeba perform in Harlem in 1977. Unquote. Curtis Blow took his name imitating Cheeba at the suggestion of Russell Simmons, copying the pattern from Eddie Cheeba, as blow was a force of power, as Cheeba was slang for marijuana. And blow, of course, is slang for cocaine. So he had cocaine weed. So he had a ruler for a name. Curtis Blow had ruler. Salute to Chelsea with the glasses coming in on time. I got it right this time, lady. I got it right. She's in here somewhere. She just sent a donation. I gotta change this now. So Chelsea with the glasses is somewhere in the queue. I don't know where. It shows 3 people now. It shows 2 people watching. Height is watching. Salute to Height. Height, there she is. I'm listening but working. Okay. I hope I'm not too loud. You have your headphones on? What you doing, girl? What's your job? May I ask you your job, Chelsea with the glasses? You don't have to tell me, but I'm just curious. What do you do for a living? What do you do for your work? Yeah, we're having a show. We're having a good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling this is nice. I mean, it's not the best topic. It's a sad topic, but I'm rolling with it because I feel passionate about it. I feel passionate about the fact that Eddie Cheeba deserved more and deserves more. I'm at AMSA at the VAMC in North Carolina. I don't know what AMSA means, but I know what VAMC means. That's Veterans Medical Center, Veterans Affairs Medical Center in North Carolina. What is AMSA, young lady? May I ask? I'm just curious. ES6. Oh, get him, girl. Advanced Medical Support Assistant. I was going for that job. I was going for that job. I'm not even lying. I'm not even playing. I was gonna go for that job, but I was like, these they paying me without even lifting a finger. I was like, man, I'm gonna work for the VA. Yeah, I'm gonna get a pension. I'm gonna get all this. I'm gonna get this. And I was like, nah, I'm good. Like, that's a lot. This is in Massachusetts. This is in the VA system in Massachusetts. I was gonna do it too, but salute to you. Salute to you. Thank you for taking care of us crazy veterans. Most of us are out of our minds, like myself. We're mostly crazy people. I'm sure you've noticed. Um, that's what it's like. And respect the height. I see you in the queue. There's $10 of $80 raised. I'm trying to get to $80. You can help out. Chelsea with the glasses. She's always a supporter. She's very close to becoming part of the 50 club. She'll be the first female. She'll make history. But I respect and appreciate all of you. I really do. And continue doing your work, girl. I appreciate it. And don't get in trouble for watching my dumb ass or listening to my dumb ass. So yeah, Eddie Cheeba. I'm gonna say his name all day. I know Drake's album dropped. It's fire for the most part. It's not terrible. It's better than some of his previous work. His masterpiece is still Take Care in my book. I think that's his greatest work. That's his magnum opus, I think. But yeah, he had all kinds of features. J. Cole, 21 Savage, just a few, just to name a few. Yeah, we got a good audience. Yeah, we got a strong, 3 people or so right now. Maybe more. Yeah, so Korean TV, I don't know. You may have sent in before. I'm gonna check really quick. Make sure. I'm looking through, I'm scrolling through. I see a lot of Chelsea, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. I don't see you. Korean TV, I respect you, but you're a freeloader. You're a free rider. You're riding on the tails of people like Chelsea with their glasses on. And Height sent me a nice donation yesterday. And I'm looking forward to seeing another one. And Rick James said, "Don't be a free rider." And he is the ultimate in freeloading. So that's a topic I'll get to later too, based on the story I want to run. But Eddie Cheeba is definitely should go down further. His biography should be longer than this, and I at least give it a example of how Wikipedia at least gives a chance for some piece of ideas, some semblance of ideas, even though they don't have a picture. There's just a very short paragraph. He was considered to be the #1 club DJ, and he's on his last leg. He's struggling right now. So we have to pause just for a moment to recognize the life that is still going. He's not dead yet. He's still kicking. He's still fighting, but he's very sick. He had 3 strokes. I don't know what's that due to. He could be married. He has a wife that had extra meat and cheese in the lasagna. I don't know. I don't know. He might have had, he might have had some rulers in his day. I don't know. Rick James is definitely on Ruben's I don't want to say on his tip, but he's definitely riding on his memory. I'll say that. I'll try to be polite and respectful. He's riding on his memory because he keeps on bringing up Paul Rubin. If it weren't for Paul Rubin's death, I wouldn't even know what a Richard James was. I call him Rick James, but his name is Richard James in the chat. In a sense, yes, the man was a genius. That's true. Paul Rubens, but I gotta focus on Eddie Cheeba. Eddie Cheeba, he definitely laid it out. He laid the groundwork. He had the blueprint. He was an architect for this game, for the DJ. If you don't have the DJ, in a sense, you don't have hip hop. You don't have rap. Because you can have battle rap. That's as close as you're gonna have is battle rap, or just rapping to yourself with different lyrics. But you're not gonna have music. You're not gonna have scratching. You're not gonna have tonal shifts. You're not gonna have spinning. You're not gonna have any of those facets. You're not gonna have any of that working for you. None of that is gonna work for you. And Height, let me know if you're watching. Let me know if you have my a PayPal account donation, so I can definitely salute you for doing that, because I appreciate that. I appreciate PayPal or Cash App. That's all I have. I have Venmo, but I don't really mess with that too much. Love Cash App. Cash App is beautiful. PayPal is like, it's kind of passe. It's kind of in the past. But I want to end on this note about Eddie Cheeba. Let him the doctors and doctors and nurses in his care, maybe the lawyers, but the doctors and nurses and the medical staff in his care. Let them be completely free to do whatever business they must do to keep him alive and well. All right. Would you, if you had the chance, live with your parents as an adult? Would you live with your parents? Would you live in the basement, as the cliche goes, and play video games and grow a neck beard, or grow your armpits hairs out if you're a female, and and have that? I mean, I've been living with my parents for the past 10 years. It was in, I think, July or August of 2013 is when I started living with my parents again. Because before that, I was living with my parents as an adult when I was in 2010, 2009, 2010. And it was okay, but I didn't have that much money. I was working at Starbucks. I didn't have that much. A reliable source checks in. Gotta give the respect to him or her. Could be her. I don't know. Respect. Goal. $10 of $80 raised. Salute. It's a hard knock life. That's right, Rick James. Charles with glasses. I lived with my mom after college for a bit. I could live with my mom, but not staying with my dad. He's a bit of a crazy vet. LOL. Okay, so see, I mean, are you in contact with your dad still, Chelsea? Do you still have any contact with him, or you just keep your distance? What's the issue with that? And thank you, a reliable source. I think this is your first time being in the room. Let me know if you can donate. If you can't donate, that's fine. You can be a freeloader like Rick James. Okay, you have some contact with. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. At least you keep your distance. You're not going to live with him, but you still respect your father. That's good. But I respect my dad. My dad is my caregiver. Without my dad, I don't have anything but money. Because I'm getting money. Like, I'm getting money from you guys. I'm not going to disregard you, except for Rick James. I think everybody in the queue is giving money that I know or is new. A reliable source is new. Kareem TV, you're a freeloader. You haven't given up any dollars. So freeloader, free rider, it's the same thing. You haven't given up money. You have to get used to it. All right. So I live a wonderful life in the beautiful suburbs of Newark, Delaware. It's beautiful. I pay no taxes. I haven't paid a tax since 2016. How many people can say that? And Chelsea with her glasses knows exactly what I'm talking about, because any veteran who has 100% rating gets at least $3,600 a month, and with Social Security on top of that, that boosts it up to about almost $4,000 a month, tax free. If it's under $11,000. It's beautiful. I live a great existence. I'm not saying that I wouldn't want more. I wouldn't want my own place, and then have my dad come over and monitor taking my drugs, my prescribed drugs. Everybody gets like, oh, he's taking drugs. My prescription drugs. See, Chelsea with glasses on those. She knows. So I could have that set up. I could say, hey, I want to live by myself. I want to live on my own. I'm gonna do my own thing. You can come over twice a day to make sure I take my pills. But it doesn't make much sense for him to have to go out. It's at night. He has impaired vision. So it wouldn't make much sense for him to come out to an apartment or someplace like that and monitor my drug intake early in the morning or late at night. And it just doesn't make sense. I'm living in the same house. You know, and maybe to say that I live with my dad. How many men of color can say they live with their dad? Yes, exactly. And Rick James has a good point. Salute to Papa Saunders. It's Saunders, not Sanders. Cowboys. That's right. All you see is Cowboys. About 90%. You know, I'll show you. Looking around the room. That's his minister wall. There's a lot of crosses and stuff. He's a minister. But here's all the Cowboy stuff. As you can see, Cowboys. See? And I just record in here, you know, so it's just better. It's just better setup. You're not going to get too many men of color who can say they have a bond with their dad. We bump heads and we have issues, we have arguments, we have disagreements and everything like that. But that's just natural. That's just normal for somebody living under the same roof, having and seeing each other every single day. It's such a truth that, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's not your heart, it's your mind, it's your brain. We can get into that later. But it's true. You see somebody like 10, 12 years later, you're like, wow, how are you doing? Whoa, what's good? But you see somebody every day, it's familiarity breeds contempt. My dad said that to in a famous line to this one lady who was very obnoxious and everything like that. He just knew her for a brief moment, and he said, well, familiarity breeds contempt. And he just, you know, his friends were like, ooh, that was a nice little comeback. That's my dad right there. I'm not good with comebacks. I'm not that great, to be honest. Oh, Rick James has a question, but I'm not going to answer it because you haven't given any money. Next, Chelsea with her glasses on. And that's more by choice, not force. Exactly. Facts. That's more by choice and not force. That's very true. And I mean, we overall have a great relationship. Overall, we, like I said, we bump heads sometimes. We have disgruntled moments and differences, but that's like any marriage or any relationship with your child or any relationship with your siblings, anything like that. You're gonna bump heads at sometimes. You're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have some kind of falling out. That's just a natural human status that occurs. I get one freebie per stream. Okay, he says, if your father is a minister, how does he feel about you being an atheist? He doesn't like it at all. He doesn't like it, but he respects it. He my sister is funny too, because she always tries to catch me in a moment where I'm like mistaken or something like that. Okay, a reliable source. No, this is your free space. This is your free space. No, Star is not my father. My father is a minister who happens to live in Delaware. Mr. Troy Star Terrain lives in what is it, Stone Harbor? Is that it? I can't remember but New Jersey. I know it's New Jersey. But reliable source, you can send in money. That is possible if you have a Cash App account, you can, or a PayPal account. I'll put them both up here. PayPal. And my Cash App. So, you know, if you want to join, you know, if you want to start on your legacy to join the 50 Club with sponsors like Spirit and Tone J, then feel free. I appreciate it. But like I was saying with Rick James, I had to tell that. But he doesn't like it at all. And my sister's always like, oh, so you do believe in this and that and everything like that. Of course not. It's part of the culture. It's part of the reality we live in, that 95% of the human population believes in some kind of deity or force or some kind of mystical sense. 95%. I'm a minority and a minority and a minority. I'm an atheist, black, or man of color who happens to live in Delaware. That is a super minority. Happens to live in the United States of America. I have like 3 or 4 minorities going against me, but they're all wonderful because it's the truth. I respect people that believe. I'm sure people in this chat, I'm sure people that have sponsored me and donated to me, they're believers. I have to respect it. It's not even like I don't even like it. It's just that it's what it is. If you want to believe in something, then that's your business. And that's the thing with faith. It's a private thing. And that's the thing with even Christianity. It takes it a step further. Your personal relationship with Jesus. I swear, Rick James, I still don't believe that you're not trolling sometimes, but I'll take it anyway. And you haven't put $1 into my pocket, so I'm just entertaining you right now. But the main thing is that I live here, and it does get on my mind. Like, damn, if I just have my own place, I could have 70 bitches up in here. No, I'm just kidding. Hey. I could have. Look here. That's my dad right there. We were just talking about you. Wave, Dad. You're gonna wave? And to the people on the line. So I would have that in mind. That's funny. Isn't that funny? Isn't that weird? I talked him up. Now he would say that's God and that's confirmation and something like that. But hey, that was a coincidence. That's coincidence. Yeah, that's my dad. Like I said, he was like, "Hey, like you gotta watch your mouth, son," like that kind of like thing. Like I didn't even know he was gonna come in. I didn't plan that. That just happened. That just happened. That wasn't he didn't hit a cue. He didn't hit his mark or anything. That was totally not planned. And I'm still an atheist, even though that looked like something that would come from something from God, if you want to call it that. But yeah, that was special. So Marcus Johnson. See, I didn't even realize people were in here. It shows. I'm serious. It shows 1 person viewing. I'm not kidding you. What at this time, it shows that there's 1 person viewing this show. I have 7 likes with 2 people showing right now. Marcus Johnson. I don't think you've ever been in this chat before. Okay, it's now saying just 1. Now saying 3. It's so goofy. It is really goofy. People come and go so quickly here, as you remember from what movie? From what movie? Who said that? Who said that in the Wizard of Oz? Marcus Johnson. Salute. Respect. Harriet Tubman. That is wrong. That's a troll. I'm taking that as a troll. I don't care. I'm taking that as a troll. I have $10 of $80 raised thanks to the madam, the Mrs. High Priestess, Chelsea with her glasses on. So, it's moments like that, that just happened. It's like that wouldn't happen if I was in my own place. I'll be able to, have my own room. I do have my own room, but well, I have my own space, of course, to record these videos. I can have a few lady friends come through, and we can do some things. But that's not going down like that. I have to wait. I'll wait till I'm in my 60s. Look at that. They got on TV, The Golden Bachelor. he's got all these bitches on there. And it's crazy. Okay. Chelsea with her glasses on. Gotta talk to her. Watch more of The Wiz and not The Wizard of Oz of Ozzy. Is the rent prices in Delaware? I think she's asking is what are the rent prices in Delaware? I don't even know. I think what I was paying when I did have my own place. Yeah, I said that people are joining and leaving. That's how it'd be like. Okay, respect to Marcus Johnson. I respect that. Thank you very much, sir. But I have to address Chelsea with her glasses on because she spends money on this show. Marcus Johnson, you spend money on this show. I will highlight what you said because I think that was good game. That's a lot of good game. But I'm gonna answer Chelsea with her glasses on. With rent, when I was in Massachusetts, it was $976 a month for a slum. If you don't know about Lowell, Massachusetts, and it's a different world, but the mid '90s world of Lowell, Massachusetts was high on Crack Street. It's a documentary produced by HBO. Yeah, so I think in Delaware for a decent apartment, it'll probably run you maybe $1,200. I don't know. I don't really look into it because I said I'm living by with my parents, so I just scrolled through a few places and big ticket places like they're called Justice and Landing. Those places go for like $200,000, $300,000, condos and stuff like that. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm trying to get these numbers up so I can get to that point to get for the condos, but they probably run from like $800 to $1,200 a month, something like that. Richard James, aka Rick James. I lived in Salem, Massachusetts for a few years until I was engaged to a witch who bewitched me. I had to leave the country for a bit. Yeah, rent prices in NC. Yeah, I can see that. And you probably have taxes on top of that. And I don't know if they tax you for your rent in Delaware. I'm not sure about that, but I would imagine they do. They tax you for your mortgage, I think, too. But yeah, I'm so cool with being in. It could be so. I mean, it's what everybody says. It could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. It could be better. Let's get that correct. Let's not play with our own emotions and say that we're not going to have that in mind. That was the key. That was the motion. Is to live until I get my weight up and get my weight up and I get back out there because it's like I lived at home, then I left for the Marines, then I came back home, then I left for I guess you can say Pennsylvania and Massachusetts. Then I came back home and I'm still here. That's my journey so far. Home, away, home, away, home. And I'm all right with that. That's fine. Like I said, I could be like, Anthony Kiedis Under the Bridge. Who knows what band is Anthony Kiedis in? Who knows that? Anybody know? Sometimes I feel like, yup. Rick James had the spelling wrong, but he has an idea, right? He said Red Hot Chilling Pipers, but he meant the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I'm referring to the song Under the Bridge. Excellent, monumental song that they created from like the early 90s, I think, late 80s, early 90s. Great song. Excellent song. But I'm living life. I'm living life well. I go to church. I probably wouldn't even go to church if it weren't for my dad. Oh, Don't Stop is your favorite. Don't stop. Okay, I see you, Chelsea. I see you, girl. And then Rick James, I'm on my way home, sweet home. Yeah. I can't sing worth a damn, but that's fine too. Yeah, so I can't. I won't, like a gospel song. I won't complain. I won't complain. I go to church every Sunday, and unless it's inclement weather and we stream. And I learned. I mean, I'm not a believer. I don't worship Jesus, but I get to know other people that do learn, trying to understand why they still do in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, hundreds, or even in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and why most of you still believe in God. I can't take that away from you. I can't. You believe in God. That's the journey you go on, I guess. There's no, outline for how to be an objectivist. You don't say, okay, I have to believe in, I have to, take in all this structure of the reality of the world and history and literature and all these things and everything, and disavow everybody in my wake. No, you come with people and you trade value for value, despite whatever religion or faith or whatever they have. And I want to emphasize faith instead of religion, because religion may say, oh, that's like brushing your teeth and putting on your clothes and going to school, or that's a routine. It's a religion. Whoever Jeffrey Span is, you're very close. You're very close to getting have chat send it. Hold on. I can't resend it, but I appreciate it. It's close. It's close, but it's not quite. It's not $1. I'm going for 10s and 20s. The past few days have been 10s and 20s, except for Baja Johnson. He has 7. That's over 5, so I had to take it. But 3 is pushing it. Whoever Jeffrey Span is. So the new goal in about 8 minutes. Go for today. So we had $13 of $80 raised. I got $13. I appreciate that. I appreciate more. I'm a greedy son of a bitch. Not a bastard, but a son of a bitch. Because my mom was a bitch. I loved her, but she was rough on me. Let me tell you a quick story. My dad was not the hitter. He was not a beater or anything like that on me. He didn't touch me like that. He did not lay hands on me or belt or anything like that. He's more verbal. He's a very astute verbalist. But my mom, she could talk too, but she had her physical attitude up. So when my sisters and myself and my little brother, we got in trouble or something like that, and we were crying, and she would put her hand over our mouth, and we'd be like, like that, and then we would be laughing through the tears and everything. So it'd be like, because it sounded funny. It sounded weird, like when we were crying. I remember that because she would hit us and we would start crying, and then she go, oh, like it was messed up. It was crazy. She's deceased now. She's been dead for almost 13 years. But when she was, in her moments as being a mom, she laid down the law with the hand. She just beat. She didn't use a belt or a hanger or anything or something like wild. She used her hand or a piece of racing track or whatever was on the ground or something like that, and she would hit you with it. Nobody talking to you, Siri. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh my God. I don't know what I'm going to do with Siri. But when you want her, she never comes up. And when you don't want her, she has a song to play. Hopefully I won't get a copyright strike for that. That would suck. I'm having a good show. How my dad stopped through as a cameo. That was totally impromptu. We did not rehearse that, practice that, study that. That was just a complete coincidence. But I see six people, six people, and this is what I'll give it to Marcus Johnson. Marcus Johnson says people are joining and leaving. That's how it be a lot in the early stages of the YouTube space. You might have more people staying with you when you hit 1,000 or 2,000 subs. That's very factual, because that's true with Mr. Troy Star Terrain. He gets like 3,000 people a night. I'm telling you, he's on a yacht. I'm on a dinghy, but at least I'm moving. I'm on the water. At least I'm in the water. I'm using my oar. I'm using my oar. You know, Rick James says one of the top 10. I appreciate that. Thank you. But I'm using my oar to roll along the way, and that's what's keeping me afloat. You know, to extend the metaphor. But I'm just having fun. I'm having fun with it. You know, I'm just having fun with it. Who said that? I don't even remember. I'm trying to remember. I'm just having fun with it. Look back like a pillar of salt. Who said that? I can't. Somebody help me out. Who said that? They thought it was lost. Oh, Chance the Rapper. Chance. That was hard bars. He had some pretty hard bars in that song. But you know, it's a beautiful existence. Danny Brown. Okay. He says he doesn't troll, but then he trolls. Danny Brown. Get out of here. Doesn't he have a perm or something? Something crazy? But no, I'm having the time of my life. I really am. I don't take any of this for granted. And it doesn't. This is a key thing you remember. Everything does not happen for a reason, but everything, according to humanity and human existence, ought to happen because of reason. Let that sink in. I'm going to say it again. Everything does not happen because of a reason, but everything ought to happen because in human relationships because of reason or humanity. Because if you're stranded all by yourself on a desert island, all you have is reason. All you have is your mind to make up whether you live or die. Look at the movie Castaway. Tom Hanks is all by himself, all in his lonely. But he made it his own way, made his own life on that desert island because he knew what to do. But that's not what selfishness is. Selfishness is not, oh, why don't you live on a desert island all by yourself? That's not what selfishness means. Selfishness means rational self-interest. Living on a desert island all by yourself is not rational. Living in a society advanced and civilized is knowing that you are an autonomous human being, that you're unto yourself, you're an individual, and that you can trade and that you can come and meet with other people. That's one of the best ideas of all time. That's one of the greatest things that we have in American society, especially because this is the greatest civilization in the history of all humanity. I'm gonna take up Marcus Johnson. Marcus Johnson has not dropped $1 on this machine, but he's got some insightful facts. I'm gonna just read this one. Just keep streaming consistently for at least 1 year to 16 months. Hopefully, you will hit more than 1,000 subs, and you will have at least over 30 people watching your streams or better. Some streamers take twice as long, so it just depends on the channel and how you do things. I might have to give Marcus Johnson some money. He's giving consulting, ideas. He's telling the facts. He's not kidding. He's telling them what it is. I respect that. That's why I'm saying I'm reading his posts. He hasn't dropped a $10 or $20 on me, not yet. But I respect his ideas. And look where we are. We're at an hour. We've reached 1 hour. I'm going along a little bit longer. What do we have? My battery says 46%. Rick James. Look at Rick James passing the buck. Passing the buck. The buck should stop with you, sir. Marcus Johnson should drop $1 to show some support. Of all people that should be dropping dollars, you should be the one to say, you should be the one to say, I'm going to give him $1 or something. That's what you should be doing, Rick James. I respect you, sir. You're an older gentleman. I think you're in your 50s or 60s, something like that. But you have never dropped $1, and this has been over a month, at least 1 month, maybe 2 months since I first started talking to you. Matter of fact, I can almost say to the day, because it was Paul Rubin's death. So I'll say exactly when it was. July 30th. July 30th. Ain't that a blip? About 2 months and a few days. July 30th is when you first came on my radar. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that SS check. I'm still waiting for it. I'm waiting for it to come in. And like I said, I'm looking at the Cash App, but if you have a PayPal, let me know. Just say, look, I'm hitting the PayPal. And so I look in there, because I don't look in there every day. I look at the Cash App every day. Look who's in here. See, I definitely got to go a little bit longer. Keith, what's up, man? What is going on? He's another free rider, too. He is another free rider, but I respect him. He has never dropped $1 on this machine. I think Chelsea with the glasses is not here. I don't know. She hasn't said much lately, but she's working. So I understand. If she's not, that's cool. She drops money. She's very close. Let me see how close she is. I'm gonna see how close she is. She says TGIF. She says TGIF sometimes. She usually has other messages. Let's see. I'm just checking to see. Oh, you're on the couch now and still listening. Okay, I see you. I see you, girl. You doing your thing. But I'm just trying to see. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Let me correct myself. I messed up last week and I messed up this week. She has 6 total transactions that equate to $100.50. So there's 3 people that can claim the amount of the 50 club, because I know if I combine them, she went over, I think, 50 last month, but it went over to this month. So there's Spirit McCroy, there's who I say Spirit, and who got the 100? J Tone and Chelsea with the glasses. Respect these people. They keep this thing going. You can be a free rider. You can be a freeloader. This is a freemium broadcast. This is a freemium broadcast. Oh my, hey, darling, I appreciate that. That warms my heart. I appreciate the fact that you have spent more money on me than the great ones, Mr. Star Terrain. I respect that, definitely, wholeheartedly, You are definitely part of the 50 club. There's 3 members. It's a coveted position. I'm trying to get a reward, like a unlock a video that only a few people can see, and only a few people can know about. I'm trying to get that system going. If anybody knows how to do that, I would love to hear it. I'll hear you out. So we can keep going. I'm letting it roll until maybe the 20% mark. Marcus Johnson. Oh my goodness. It's going beautifully. It's going so beautifully. Marcus Johnson has just dropped money on the show. So it is now goal $23 of $80 raise. Wait, hold on. I might have my math messed up. Hold up. Let me see. 10, 20, 20. Okay, 23 of $80 raised. So that's from Marcus Johnson. Marcus Johnson is my new friend. No, he's got a business mind about him. Seriously, he's telling me the truth. And I didn't even see that you asked that question. What's your Cash App? I can't see the channel descriptions right now. The fact you got to spell his name right. Marcus, not Narcus. It's Marcus. And capitalize the M, Keith, in the C in Chelsea. Put some respect, RESPEK, on their names. Put some respect on their names. But yeah, so like I said, this journey started in April of this year, April 15th to be exact, tax day. What is normally tax day? I think it was actually the next week, because I think tax day fell on a no, it's all good. It's all good, Keith. It's all good. Just make sure you get them because they spend money. But it fell on a weekend, I think. And I was just like, I got the hater. The hater was like, they got to see your face. They got to hear your voice. I was not having it. I'm a writer. You can't hear me. You can't see me. You see my work. You feel my work. Understand it. But I'm not on that to broadcast stuff like anymore. I tried it. I had the small camera. Remember in the mid 2000s? Anybody here old head like me? I know that Rick James is an elder. I'll say that much. But during the mid 2000s, we didn't have phones. I mean, some phones had cameras with them, but they weren't that good quality, and it wasn't the same effect as we have nowadays. Anyway, we had little silver cameras with the screen in the back, and like it'll be video, photo, and something else, and you could just use that. I used the video feature, and it was 21 seconds, and I made a little stories called 21 seconders, and I would just flip pages and have a whole story go over what the 21 seconds would be, and I got paid for that. The first day I did it, I got $10, and I thought I was ecstatic. I was 18 years old. I had never made a single dollar yet from my work at Bronson Kurt Factory. I said this story before, but I'm just saying it again because I just love it. And so, fast forward to now, or fast forward a few months ago. Well, before that, I go to the point where I was doing a daily show with the topics of hip hop mainly, and I was sitting down. One time I had like notes that I was reading, literally. It wasn't off the top of the dome like now. I was reading what I had written down. I was looking down. I was reading like that, And I got like 2 views, maybe 0 views. There, 1 view, 2 views, 6 views. And I was like ecstatic. I was like, oh my God, I got 6 views. I was happy. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. YouTube is great. And then it got to a point where I was like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. It was too much. So I stopped. Then I picked it up again. And I did short vignettes just on the culture and philosophy, and mixed with hip hop. I was saying, you know, my first time having relations, you know, special relations with a young white female. That was my first time. You know, I didn't lose my virginity. I gained sexual experience. I didn't lose nothing. I gained experience. Rick James is getting he's getting excited. Pause. No, so I talked about, you know, just a wider variety of different topics. You know, I talked about also a white woman, the fastest white woman in the world. I thought that was interesting. They hardly ever say anything white person in the world, but they said she was the fastest white woman in the world. I call it the Quick Bunny. I think you can still look up some of the stuff if you don't mind. I think you can look up Quick Bunny, now active. Just type in Skylarized. I was using that name, by the way, Skylarized. And I'll break down Skylarized right now. Skyblerized. That was interesting because it came from Cornell West. After 9/11, he said, we're 9/11 2001. Let me make sure that. Not because, when was 9/11? 9/11 was like in 2003, right? No, it was 2001. He said that we're all niggerized. And I was like, niggerized? I'm not a nigger. I'm Skylar. I'm Skylarized. Like that. And then it came to another incarnation where it was like Skylarized with IZED. It means to become. IZE, to become or to make. Or the past tense is to have made. I'm not sure what you mean, Keith. I'm not sure what you mean. The tortoise in the hare. I'm not sure what that. Are you trolling me right now? I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of slow, so you have to bear with me. But I was riding with that for a long time, and I still might come back with it. I don't own it. I mean, I own it just based on copyright, and I could argue in court, but I don't have an ironclad, you know, copyright on it. People have already used it. I can't tell them to take it down because I don't have it copywritten or copyrighted. It's not copywritten. It's copyrighted. I have no rights to it, so I'd have to gain that in court somehow. People have used the A, you know, Skylarized with the A female, you know, that was moving wigs and weaves and lace fronts and stuff like that. She was using the title Skylarized. I don't know. And maybe one day I might bring it out. But I use Skylar Saunders now because that's what Mr. Train was saying. He wasn't saying Skylarized. He was saying Skylar Saunders. And I picked up on that. I was like, maybe that's a sign. That's probably going to be more palatable, more understanding. You know, if you give your government. He was doing the same thing. He has the Star Report, but look at Star, STAR. It's 4 letters. It's short. It's to the point. It's there. The Turtle and the Rabbit life race. I still don't. I'm the turtle. I'm slow and I win anyway. I'm the tortoise. I don't know, but yeah. So that's where it goes on there. Get to know you first, and then the chance. Exactly. That's what I think is the issue. Chelsea with her glasses on. I'll see the whole thing. I know it's Chels. I saw you doing that, girl. That was cute. But yeah, people need to get you. That's what I'm trying to give you right now. I'm just giving you a background of who I am and what I stand for right now. You know, I think that's beneficial to everybody. I'm just trying to get paid. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just trying to get money. But in order to get money, you have to have product, and it has to be good product. And I think I have good product. I really do. I think it's not great yet. It's not Choice Star Terrain level. That's like fish scale, A1 Perico. Mine is a little. It's not up to the grade. It's not the greatest grade, but you can still get a good high off of it. You can still get a good high off of it. It's just not there yet. It's not to that super like, whoo, you know. It's not there yet. It's not at that level. Not yet. I'm gonna get to that point though. I'm gonna either get to that point or go on to making films, something like that. I have a meetup with a high school acquaintance, and I'm going to discuss movies. And he said I don't have any equipment, and I'm going to say the first thing I'm going to do is say to him is, "This is our equipment. This is our equipment right here. Lights, camera, action. That's all we need. That's all we need. Got to start somewhere. That's right, Chelsea. Chelsea tells it like it is. Got to start somewhere. Just like Mr. Choice Star Terrain. I mean, he had definitely knowledge in the field of rock and hip hop. Well, they called it alternative R&B at the time, but R&B and pop and things like that in the music industry, in the sales departments and things of that nature. But before he even got on the mic on MTV or even Hot 97, Flop 97 and Dower 105, he was on basic cable. He was getting 150,000 people every night. He's getting 150,000 people every night based on this show on New York City. But it had to grow. It had to get there. He sometimes he cringed. Sometimes he winced at the fact that they didn't have the best chemistry. He and his brother Timothy Joseph, aka Buck Wild, even though Star is Buck Wild, that's something different. But yeah, you got to start somewhere. And if not, oh well. You'll be dead anyway. Everybody here gonna die. Everybody in this chat. I'm not trying to bring it down. I'm just going. This should uplift you. Once you realize, damn, I'm gonna die one day. You don't say, "Oh my God, that's horrible. That's so sad. It's terrible. It's awful." You say, "I'm gonna make this the best life I can be. I'm gonna make this the best life I can possibly make it. This is gonna be a great adventure. I'm gonna do the best thing I can do." That's the key in the issue. That is paramount to what it means to be a human being. To know that you're going to die, you're definitely going to die one day, but you make it the most every single day. You do the best thing you can possibly do every single day. You go out there and you put up 160. There's a joke. They said, always give 100% unless it's when you're giving blood. Like it's true. It's a little cute. That was cute. But yeah, give 100% in everything you do, except giving blood. But give it all. Give it your all. Everything. Give everything you possibly can. Because there's only one go around. That's the best part about this. The oneness. We started off on one planet with one body, one mind, one life. All these ones, it's the oneness. Everything is in one. The most important things are one. There's only one sun. There's only one moon for Earth. All these things are important, and they're all beneficial to you, depending on where you take them. That's as best as I can explain it and break it down. Let me repeat. I'm gonna say Rick James real quick. The oneness is the most important concept of ruler. Well, if that's true, let 15 people know about that story, and then you can come back to me. All right. Star has put in a lot of hard work building his craft to get to his level. Some people love him and some people hate him. It comes with the job. Yeah, some people love or hate me, but people respect me. People have told me that. People say, I don't really get what you're doing, but I respect the fact that you are doing this. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. A lot of people said that in the chat. People that I don't even see anymore. They're not even my regulars. My regulars are Keith and Rick James and Chelsea and Tone J. You know, he stepped in before. Who else? Where's the Kareem TV? Kareem TV, I don't think has ever dropped $1. Marcellus, yes, with the Marcellus, exact. Thank you, Rick James. See, I appreciate that. Marcellus, the marvelous Marcellus. I don't even think his name is Marcellus. I think let me just say marvelous to be careful. But yeah, Marcus Johnson is dropping jewels. I appreciate your presence here, sir. You're definitely you're not a day one. You didn't start out from the beginning, but you're definitely a welcome and respected matador in this realm. Anybody know what a matador is? And look it up. Do a quick Wikipedia share. I'll count down from 10. What is a matador? Matador. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Nobody got it. You probably we're looking it up and trying to type it up at the same time. I'll just explain a little bit. Yes, Keith got it. A bullfighter. Very good. Very good. Bullfighter. Baja Jackson back. Baja Jackson, I need you to drop $700. I need you to drop $800 right now. No, if you drop $10 or $20, that would just set this place off magnifique, beautifully. Baja Jackson. See, this is what I was talking about, Chelsea. This is what happened last week. Baja Jackson got me confused. I was like, oh, he wanted to drop this. Oh, it was Chelsea. I was like, oh no, I messed it up. Salute. $23 of $80 raise. Glad Baja Jackson, is in here. I think he might be a day one. He's not a day one, but again, he's a matador. He's one of the fighters, one of the key players within this game. I did not know a Zulu Warrior is also a bullfighter. I did not know that. That's probably something that they don't like to teach. Marcus Johnson. I'm saying all Marcus Johnson. All Marcus. This is Marcus Johnson's day right now. He gave money and he's giving game. My limited knowledge comes from my YouTube channel, and I'm going to support that. I'm going to definitely support and advertise that, which is a beginner gaming channel. Hopefully, I will get back to it, but I have other responsibilities I have to take care of first. Channel Braxton 973. Okay, so bam. You got people in this chat room? All right, hold on. Marcus Johnson. Braxton 973. Everybody right now, take heed to that. And then after this show goes off, it's about me. Go to Braxton 973. Let me get that right. Braxton 973. Go to Braxton 973 on YouTube. Braxton. Go to Braxton 973 on YouTube. Marcus Johnson. Check him out. Let his channel be something that it will be a guide to you, be a benefit to you, and we can make this work. I'm definitely gonna advertise now. Braxton 973. Let me make sure I put that down. Got it locked in for my advertisements. Yo, salute, Marcus Johnson. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to give money and game. You gave great dollars and cents. Get quote unquote cents. Get it? SENSE and CENTS. Oh, I'm so goddamn clever. If it was getting paid some decent money, then I could concentrate more on the channel. But I gotta work these multiple jobs to pay these bills. Hey, it's crazy out here. Hey, I'm not mad. I'm very fortunate. Chelsea is subscribed now. Isn't that great? See, you got a subscriber. You got another subscriber, Marcus Johnson. That's what I want. That's what I want to happen. I want it for me, but as an extension, I want the people that are in my live and the people that donate to me to get their weight up, to get their subscriber base up. So thank you, Chelsea, for subscribing to Marcus Johnson. I appreciate that. That's beautiful to me. We're building a community, and there's nothing wrong with community. Community is great. Community is great as long as they're individuals working for their own selfish reasons. That's what a community is. Not a conglomerate, a group of people all mushed together, trying to work on something that they can't comprehend. Well, hey, salute to the people that edit videos. I don't edit video. I don't know how to edit videos. I need a remedial class on that. I need a school circle for that. That's what we used to call in the Marines. When I was in the United States Marine Corps, I'm still a Marine, but I'm not in the Corps anymore. I'm just a Marine. So I'm retired. But that's what happened. We have a school circle, and that's how you would learn knowledge, and you would put it down in your little your little book, your notebook, and you would have an understanding of what the instructor was saying. And that to me is sad, Marcus Johnson, that you have to work multiple jobs and you can't work on your dream. Like I said, I'm fortunate. I'm very fortunate that I have this space in my. I don't live in my mom's basement. That's the cliche. That's the cliche. You live in your mom's basement. I live in my sister's old room, which is spacious, has 2 windows. Most rooms have either 0 windows or 1. And I have a queen size bed, a desk next to me. As you saw, you might have noticed in my blue room days. Yeah, you know what? That's true. Marcus Johnson says YouTube is one of your best schools for learning video editing, learning almost anything. I didn't even. I tried to look at a few of the videos and they were like, it was too much. It was like, I don't have that equipment. I don't have that, and the only equipment I have is the phone. That's the only equipment I really have in my MacBook. That's all the equipment I have. Rick James is now crying because he misses the Blue Room days. Boo hoo. But we're getting down to the wire now. It's about to be an hour and a half, and I have 23% on here. So we'll see how far this goes. We'll see how far we can take it down to the limit. Cause you take it to the limit one more time. Now, who sang that song? Who in here besides Rick James knows that band? Take It to the Limit. Who knows that? What American band? What great American band? The highest selling American band in history. Keith got it. The Eagles, exactly. Rick, you know what? I'm not gonna get mad at Height. I'm not, because Rick Ross did have a song called "Take It to the Limit." Take it to the limit. I'm not gonna get mad at Height. And Height, like I said, if you don't have no, okay, Rick James knows. Height, don't laugh at Height. Height is serious. He's not playing, because I wasn't specific enough. I said American band that was, that sold the most in history, but the first thing that came to his mind was probably a hip hop song, because he's probably in hip hop. So Height, respect to you. You gave dollars yesterday. I respected that. Thank you very much for that. Definitely appreciate it. We're almost to that point, but I had a great time. I'm still having a good time. It's not to the point yet, but I really like the fact that I have females in the live. That's what I wanted, because I'm looking at my my analytics. I'm looking at my geography. I have people in Canada, UK, New Zealand, Australia, people in all over the world are tuning in, but not for that long. Marcus Johnson with more game. I gotta speak on it. Adobe Premiere and Photoshop, a $50 4K webcam is basically all you probably need. Then you could YouTube search how to add a YouTube videos and how to make YouTube thumbnails using Photoshop. Yeah, I have my thumbnails through Kurt DZ. He has great designs, excellent designs. He blows me away. I remember when I was doing the ruler for the Kingdom of the Air, and I did. I asked him. I said this story before. I asked him for a credit card. Could you make a credit card? And he made a great credit card. It was a modern credit card. It had the chip on it and the sign for when you tap it. But I was like, I didn't. That was my fault. I didn't let him know what kind of credit card I wanted. The credit card I wanted was updated. It was an updated one. He was one that had, not an updated one, but an old one, a vintage credit card, to make it look like it was made in the late 80s. And he turned around and he did it. I was just like, this guy, he knows what he's doing. I don't know how. I'm not that inclined. I don't know how to do it. I'm writing inclined. I can write up anything. But when it comes to design and stuff like that, I'm piss poor, to tell the truth. But hey, okay, Chelsea Winter, yes, his MacBook can do most of that for editing. Yes, very true. And I'm gonna let her be the last quote I say on here. I want to thank everybody who came in. All the people. This is the most likes I think I already had in the show. Some of the top most views. I know people have gone in and out, like Marcus Johnson, who I respect. Thank you, sir. Respect, salute. And people like Chelsea, people like Jeffrey Span, whoever that is. I respect all you, and I thank you. Even the free riders like Rick James and Keith. Definitely respect all the people that came in and out of the show. Pause. This is all live, kids. I can't, edit it while I'm saying it. So, but no. In all sincerity, I have to say again, going back to the early part of the show, Eddie Cheeba, may he have a speedy recovery. People can return out of strokes. I mean, it's difficult and it's tiresome and it's horrible, but actions like in rehabilitation have improved and have increased lives. So may he get better and give more money to Russell Simmons there in Bali. So thank you all. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you on Sunday. Thank you again. It's been a great show. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Take care.